Hey guys, I have a great vlog for you today, but first I wanted to make an announcement, two announcements, but they're related. When I'm editing Jess and I come and do these little pop-ins on the beginning of videos, I always feel like those places in YouTube videos, people are like, this video is sponsored by. But it's always me. These videos are sponsored by me. It's my merch that I'm telling you about. So the first thing is we have just launched. I didn't think I was going to get it in this video because when I was shooting it, it wasn't up. But it is now up. Our brand new shirt designs. We have multiple really cool designs. I'd say they're different than anything we've done so far. Available through Be Unlimited, the small business in Arkansas that prints our shirts. We did... Thank you, Toast. So we have had people request over the years for 100% cotton t-shirts, and we do have availability of those this time. The thing is with those is that it's a little harder to source larger numbers, so they do tend to sell out quicker. And on this launch, so this first run of this pre-order that will be open for the next 11 days, we have a coupon code that's called Roots, and it'll get you 10% off. Now, I want to also put a link down below of my email list. So because we do our merch by pre-orders, inevitably, anytime the pre-order is closed, I get multiple messages of people saying, where do I buy your clothes? Where do I buy your shirts? Toast would like to have an appearance. This is Toast. She is a barn cat. But I would say she spends more time on the front porch than in the barn, sitting in my lap while I read and journal. Our email list is really the best way to know when the pre-orders are there, to know when there's a coupon code. I will put the link for our email list down below as well. I will not spam you, I will not sell your information, but I will send you things about like when we have new merch available, as well as events we're doing in the future, information. You'll get links to new blog posts and stuff like that. Just applicable information. And it's a direct way for me to be in contact with you instead of being dependent on a different platform. So, new shirts, Be Unlimited, link down below. Email list, also link down below. Thank you guys. Let's watch this vlog. Toast is in the vlog too. She likes to have the attention. Hey, Katie girl. Oh, look at that pretty sky. What's up, guys? So, I was in the house getting the kids ready for bed, finishing up, you know, cleaning up dinner, and they're getting in their baths and stuff. And Maya sent me a picture from outside that made me throw my shoes on and grab the camera. It is surely lovely out here this time of day. Get that. They look like mangas with spots. I mean, they are Mangalitsa old spots. There's Dolly checking on Mama. They're a little bigger, I think, than the Mangalitsa piglets. I don't know, those little ones maybe.
I was a little, like, I was like, man, only 6, but I forgot this is her first time.
Yeah, that's true. 6 piglets for an old spot is on the lower end. However, it is true that it is her first time. So she's doing good taking care of them. So that's definitely good.
She purposely pushed all the straw out.
Yeah, she didn't want to have them in that little house, I guess.
I'll bring more straw out tomorrow so that they can bed down inside.
They're really cute. Oh, look. Dolly came to offer some emotional support. Or I've just been watching too much called Midwife today. Could be that.
It's interesting that you watched that show again for the first time in a while, and this is the day that she gives them piglets.
I'm not a big TV person, but with my skin giving me trouble, I took it easy today and stayed in the house. And Jeremiah reminded me of that show called The Midwife, which I had watched years ago, but I hadn't watched in the last probably 2 or 3 years. And so I watched that today, making myself lay down. And then now, look. So when Mangalitas are born, they look like they have a little striped pajama. Just like this. These look like blonde Mangalita babies. Except for they have random black spots. I really wonder. I guess their ears look a little longer, too.
Their ears are definitely bigger than
Mangalitas. We've only ever had Mangalita piglets on the farm, so. Cool to see how they develop.
I don't know how many males and females yet, but we'll figure it out. Don't have to figure it out just yet.
I noticed a couple of both, but they're moving around a lot. That was a pleasant surprise.
But that's not what you thought I would say when you asked where I was at.
No, I didn't. I thought you were out in the barn milking. Well, it's nice that it's so warm right now.
It's like the perfect weather. It's not
yeah,
too warm,
not too
cold.
hot and it's not cold. I mean, we've had piglets born when it was really cold.
It is not.
This is not at all the case. I imagine they'll be just fine. Good night, Mama. Good job. The camera never really conveys how beautiful it is at sunset out here.
If Nana was here, she would say it's gorgeous.
Yeah, she would. There are coyotes. Close. Now, we have our guardian dogs, which really, like, what the guardian dogs do more than anything, at least here. I know if you live, like, on a place with a lot of land and the dogs are really roaming, they might actually engage with the coyotes. Here, they just bark, and that's enough to keep them back. There is, like, 100 acres right here. There's like 100 acres behind us. Across the street, there's like, what, 300 something?
300 acres, yeah.
I don't even know how many of pine there is across the street that way. We're surrounded by a lot of land. So it would be very unlikely for coyotes to actually come up here.
I was out here, right here on this path, when one of the F-16s flew over. And the noise
got the coyotes going.
And it could have been just echoing, but it sounded like they were just inside that tall grass.
You think those babies are safe, right?
I don't think anything's getting in there with those pigs.
When we first started homesteading, that was something that we actually, you know, we thought, oh, we have to protect our pigs. And I've now learned, like, pigs don't really need us to protect them. Now, she is in a secure fence.
She is.
There is that layer of protection, but it would be a foolish coyote that got in with a mama pig. I'd be a foolish farmer that got in fooling with a mama pig without being careful.
Jim, don't do it. Jamie, don't do it. Go home.
Y'all, that's the tree that Jamie jumped out of and broke his hip and had to have surgery.
I think he's making a better decision this time. He's
No, he's about to pounce on Bear. Oh, there's Cucumber. Maya did tell the kids, though, because they were going to walk down to the creek back here on Papa T's land. And it's probably, I don't know, 10-minute walk through the woods.
Probably.
For little guys. And Jeremiah told them no. I was going to let them go, but I didn't know about the coyotes being so close the other day. So, Jeremiah said no. Stay close to the house.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Nice barn.
Yeah, that's really nice. So
Maya just brought me home these treasures from a man that was selling stuff on the side of the road. Check this out. That's for the coffee shop for Beulah. I'm planning on doing all kind of botanical theme, very eclectic. Very nice, sweet Maya.
You're welcome.
So it's the next day, and we went out today to check on Mama Pig and her 6 babies, and there were 7 babies, so she must have had a little delay, which we've learned in the past that a lot of times if a pig has a really large baby and then the next one is very small,
or just smaller in general, it can take a while.
Because she has to shrink back to enough size to push that baby out.
So I think that's probably what happened, because there's like a little runty one out there. We'll go take a look.
I'm pretty shocked that she had another one.
Yeah, because we were out there for a while.
Oh, and I was out there 30 minutes before you were.
Yeah.
And she had already had all 6. So
yeah.
It's 30 minutes plus the time we were there.
Yeah, that's a pretty unusual delay, but it's not unheard of. We've had that happen before.
If it's alive, that's good.
And she seems fine. Bear is excited because we got our side-by-side back. This thing broke like months ago. And because of supply chain issues, it's been in the shop for months. So Jeremiah just went and got it today. Right. Hey, Mama. Oh, look. Their ears are floppier today. I'm not going to get in there because she's more mobile than she was yesterday. And with Bear being out here, I don't know, she'll be protective. So I see that there's a new baby that's a little runty. That one right there. Which, in a really large litter or in a litter with a mama that has fewer teats, that might be kind of concerning. But in this situation where there's only 7 piglets and she's big and could feed well more than that, I'm actually not concerned. I think that run will probably come along just fine because it's not going to have a lot of competition for food. You did a good job, Mama. You did a good job. And you were good too, Dolly. Good job being a midwife. One of my favorite things about having a farm and being around animals in these different stages is listening to a mama animal and the way she communicates to her babies. So far, every type of animal I've had that has pigs with their piglets, a cow with its calf, goats with their kids, mama hens with their chicks, ducks with ducklings, all of them have had this special soft way that they communicate to their babies. And even when they're like telling them to get in line or, you know, alerting them of danger, it's a different way than they communicate with the other animals that they're around. It's pretty cool.
You want to drive out there?
You want to drive? I guess
I need to pick some stuff up out of the truck.
Really, also, it's just nice that we have our side-by-side again. Tow-mater.
I forgot you called them that.
Oh. Hey, cows. Hey there. Hey, girls. Gosh, they're so pretty. Oh, here she comes. Hope had gotten in that corral, which is open on this side. She was standing at the closed gate.
No.
Alright, Maya's gonna put Hope out and I'm gonna go bottle the milk. Thank you, baby.
How do I say you're welcome? I know this is thank you.
I actually just had to Google this because Jeremiah asked me how to sign you're welcome. And thank you is actually from the chin. But I was like, I actually don't know the you're welcome sign because I always just do thumbs up. I just looked it up because he asked me, and typically you just say thank you back or say fine. So yeah.
Alright,
Interesting.
Have fun with your milk pouring.
Yeah.
I'll manhandle this cow over here.
Okay. I'm not fluent in ASL, I should say, but I do know a decent amount of sign language from having been in relationships with either people who are hearing impaired or one of my very good friends was a CODA. So being a child of a deaf adult, fluent in sign language, taught me all this stuff. I signed with my kids
You mind
when
spraying off the pad?
yeah, that's fine.
Alright,
I love you too. He's going to a football game. I signed with my kids a lot when they were little. Just another little thing. But when you have babies before they're verbal, a lot of times, you know, you have like temper tantrums of toddlers and stuff like that. And most of the time, for a little person like that doesn't have the capacity to communicate yet, they're just frustrated because they can't express what they need, which I totally understand. Like, as an adult, whenever I can't express what I need, I kind of want to throw a fit too. And I taught all my kids just like basic signs as they were babies. Like when I would give them something or they would nurse or anything like that, I would always just sign it to them. So like by the time they were coming up on a year old, maybe before they could clearly communicate with words, they would sign. And I really think that helped. I mean, my kids still had fits and stuff like that, but they were able to communicate a lot more, which I feel like cut down on the temper tantrums a lot. So Maya has been largely handling the milking this last handful of days since my skin's been giving me a hard time. And I kind of had it come apart the other day because I was like, it's sweating kind of flares everything up. And I told Jeremiah, I was like, I do not have the luxury of not sweating, like in the life that I have. And he was like, actually, Jessica, you do. You actually have the luxury at this point of not having to do, you know, everything to keep everything afloat. And he sort of overruled me and was like, you have to rest. You have to hang out inside. You have to let your body heal. Because it will be worse if you push yourself and don't heal. And of course he's right. Pesky wise husbands. So I came out here with him tonight and he did the milking, and I'm just bottling it so he can get on the road to the football game. And then it's back indoors for me. All right, another little teaching opportunity here. I'm gonna show you guys this. So I'm seeing on this filter potentially some signs of mastitis. Now it might not be, but do y'all see those little clumps on the filter? So that could just be old milk. So it could be that this morning whenever Hope was milked with the machine, maybe she didn't like fully let down. Not unheard of by any means. And basically didn't get fully stripped out. And so if any milk is left in the udder, it can get like thicker like that, or it can be like a symptom of mastitis. I just tasted this milk and it doesn't taste salty at all, which that's another sign that there's mastitis. So I'm not going to go get Hope out of the field and try to do something about it this instant. I think it's probably fine for tonight, but in the morning I'm gonna put some Synergy udder balm that has like mint and some other things in it on her udder, and we will continually put that on just to make sure. It's all like natural stuff, so it's kind of okay to use precautionarily. Obviously if this had tasted really salty, I would have gone and got her out of the field, but just for those clumps could not be mastitis. But so far we've only had to treat like one actual case of mastitis. We did not inject anything. It didn't get bad enough that we had to do anything. We just used that balm as soon as we started to see thickening that was with saltiness and heat in the udder. But I've also been really cautious that anytime I see anything like that, I go ahead and treat them for a few milkings, and I'll feel, and if I feel any heat or tightness or hardness anywhere in the udder, that's where I want to rub down with that balm. And I'll do it every time we milk until it clears out, which usually takes about 2 or 3 applications. One way to tell if it is actually just like solidified butter fat, like if it's cold, is to take it and rub it between your fingers, and if it melts, it's just butter. But it's not melting really, so I'm gonna keep a close eye on that. So using the machine, you know, like typically when you're using the milk machine, you still come out and you wash the udder off, and that's where you feel and see. So Maya just felt her down and didn't feel anything out of the ordinary. That would be another thing. Like if you feel a hot, hard knot, you definitely don't want to put off doing something about it. Mastitis can escalate pretty quickly, but on the other hand, when you're dealing with a dairy cow that you're milking every day or twice a day, I mean, you're handling that animal a lot. So I think it's a little harder for like a really bad case to sneak up on you, you know, like if you're attentive, then you don't typically miss as much. Now, that's not to say that some cows can't get really sick really fast. That can definitely happen. Well, I've just sprayed off the milking stall. Oh, there's a little toast kitty on my seat. Yeah, that cleared them out really quick. All right, back indoors for me. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and last night, and for celebrating new life on the farm. God bless you. Until next time.